Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. Now, I totally forgot to make this video earlier, and I honestly should have made it earlier because now, there's still a day, at least 2 days left, right, for the Noir banner, and obviously you have 8 days left for you have 2 days left for the Blanc banner and 8 days for the Noir banner. So we're gonna be talking about if you should continue summoning and why you might want to or why you might not want to summon. So before we get into all that stuff, make sure you guys subscribe. I guess we could say our goal for next month is to get to 4K. I mean, we're only 800 away, right? We're already at 3.2, which is insane. But yeah, subscribe if you want to join the Discord. Links in the description. If you want to become a member, press the join button to support your boy. But yeah, so Noir and Blanc, and obviously like these two characters are two characters that when we read their kits, we didn't think they were gonna be as broken as like we thought they were going to be. Now, we knew they were guaranteed, we knew they were both going to be good, especially together, but we didn't think they would be literally, if I may say, game changing, right? Not only myself, but a lot of people who are in my community has told me, hey, Zxous, you know, ever since I got both Noir and Blanc, I've been able to clear a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to beat, right? Because these two alone kind of are I want to say somewhat of the sword and shield your team needs, right? If you're looking for that sword and shield, or if you're looking for 2 shields, heck, really that's it, because there's no 2 swords here. Blanc is not doing as much damage, of course, but if you want your sword and shield, or 2 shields, or a sword or shield and I don't know, like an elixir or a potion, these 2 characters are that for your team. So let's talk about them. Obviously, Noir is somebody that is a character, a fantastic character, right? She's really known, or really going to be good against Gravedigger, but she does work fantastic everywhere else as well, right? She is mainly like her kit, no question, is obviously around Gravedigger, but Gravedigger, it's fine, like it works everywhere else as well, right? But Noir is a character that is actually a character you could actually go for by yourself, like by herself, right? Where, as in Blanc's case, if you are going for this character, especially if you haven't summoned yet and you're still asking yourself, hey, I've been seeing all these videos, should I summon? I would only recommend to summon for Blanc with your gems or your tickets or whatever, if you have Noir or if you plan on getting Noir. Because again, Noir is a character that doesn't really need Blanc. Obviously, it's fantastic to have Blanc with her. I would highly recommend to have Blanc with Noir. But Blanc is a character who guaranteed needs Noir, right? Now, if you do not have Noir with Blanc, does that mean she's useless? No, but it kind of hurts your team because she's a 60-second cooldown character. If it was a 40-second burst 2 character, it would be a completely different story. But 60 seconds is way too much, because what that means is not only are you forced to bring another burst 2, but that other burst 2 character must be a 20-second burst 2 character. Which, is that a problem? No, I've made a video already on Blanc and Senti, which is a very good combination too, because you have the shields from both of them and you have the healing and extra stuff from Blanc that, you know, the damage to dealt, all that extra stuff that Noir, or not Noir, that Senti isn't giving, right? So it's a pretty good comp there. So if you want, you could also go for Blanc for that reason, but I highly would never recommend to use Blanc. Like, if you're ever using Blanc, Noir should be on the team. If you want me to be like completely honest with you, yes, you could run her with Senti, yes, you could run her with Guilty, you can run her with another burst 2 character, but it just isn't really worth it in my eyes when you could have her burst skill, her amazing burst skill, go from 60 seconds, right, to 40 or to 20 seconds when paired up with Noir, which is a very broken skill. And the fact that you don't have to actually upgrade the skills to go up to 40 seconds is what makes it a lot better in my eyes, right? So obviously, what do these characters do? We already know, but to sum it up, Blanc is a buffer, a debuffer, a shielder, and a healer. She does it all. She's a defender as well, so you have pretty good synergy in PvP with characters like Biscuit, even Jackal and stuff like that to make her more tanky. And then obviously you already know Biscuit makes it that they can't die, and another defender on the team can also die. But with Blanc, you can make it that whoever has the lowest HP also gets indomitability, which is just you cannot die at all, and then also increase their max HP. But one for great things that not many people really look on is that she has the damage to like all enemies increased by down near 40%. So that's very big, right? Because Novel has that for 67%, but it's only one enemy. So, and it's for 5 seconds. Blanc's is for 10 seconds. So you can see how much of a difference it is for Blanc there individually, right? As a solo character, without using her burst skill, will she work? Yes, because you still do get the healing, you do get the shield, and it's not like you're never going to use her burst skill. You are going to use her burst skill, but the biggest problem is 60 seconds. It's understandable that it's 60 seconds because her burst skill is one of the best burst skills in the game, probably the best burst skill in the game, easily the best burst skill in the game for defenders and burst 2 characters, most likely. I don't think there's another character who can even come close to something as broken as that. But in terms of the cooldown, it's very, very bad. 60 seconds is too much. Now, that's where, again, Noir comes in, because Noir takes that down to 20 seconds. And that's why I say Blanc kind of just needs Noir, because if you have the opportunity to spam a burst skill like that, then you're kind of just like, I don't want to be rude, but it's just silly not to have both of them in my eyes, personally, right? I don't think it makes sense to, like, if you have the opportunity to go for a 20-second burst skill by just summoning for another character, then I would highly recommend it, because that burst skill is very good. Now, for Noir individually, again, she's a character who doesn't need Blanc, right? Now, Blanc, obviously, with Blanc will make her a lot better, but realistically, you don't need Blanc, because Blanc's effect for Noir, right, is just that allies on the team get hit rate and damage interruption parts increase, but for 30 seconds, right? Now, the hit rate is always going to be useful, but the damage interruption part is not going to be all that useful if you're not fighting bosses with interruption parts, right? And I'm trying to think of bosses that don't have interruption parts. I think all of them have interruption parts, right? Besides, like, Modernia, actually. And Blacksmith has interruption parts, but, like, near the end of the fight. So it's not like the whole time, like Gravedigger or even the second phase of Train the whole time, or Blacksmith, right? It's not like those. And Blacksmith is already easy to break. So it's not really all that crazy in terms of, you know, bosses in SI, but it's stuff like Union Raid, heck, even Solo Raid is going to be very, very handy. So you also would get a benefit from having Blanc there. Now, if you do not have Blanc, does Noir become useless? No, because again, she is somewhat of a supporter as well. When her HP is above 70%, of course, the entire team is getting a massive attack buff, and the second skill of hers is so good, especially if you main Modernia. This girl, like, forget Blanc for a second. If you own Modernia and you main Modernia, this is the only character in the game who's gonna make it that Modernia will never, ever, ever, ever have to reload. Because essentially Modernia always has her burst skill. When Modernia is in her burst skill, she has unlimited shots already. When she's not in her burst skill, if you can give her overload gear, give her max ammo capacity or wingman or whatever to increase her bullets, by the time you get back to her burst skill, she will literally, there's no time she'll actually hit 0, because this activates when entering a burst skill, not when Modernia enters a burst skill, not when Noir enters a burst skill. This happens when you're entering a full burst, which is all 3 burst skills regardless. So every full burst, Modernia is going to basically be increasing her own ammo capacity even more and reloading 40% of her missing shots. By the time she's recovered all that, and then she gained all that stuff, and by the time she even comes close to 0, she'll already be in her ultimate, which just makes her bullets what's it called, unlimited, and then by the time that's done, it just resets back to the highest number, and then again you can see how it rotates, and you're just never going to touch 0, which is a very, very good comp. So Noir, if you main Modernia, going for Noir alone without Blanc for just Modernia is not a bad option too, because that's very, very game changing there as well, right? Obviously, there's so much times where it's like I die. If you guys remember, there was a big time on stream where I was about to beat the train and I died because Modernia was reloading. With Noir, I don't have to worry about reloading no more, right? And probably some of you guys said they also felt or had a situation like that as well. So that a reason alone is why you should probably summon for Noir. Now, both of these characters are fantastic characters, but another thing you always have to remember is that, guess what? After their banner leaves, they get put here. Now, in terms of dupes, do you need dupes for any of these characters? I would not highly recommend, but I would say if you want dupes for one of them, Noir is your best pick. Blanc doesn't really need dupes at all. You just need her skills, but Noir is a DPS at the end of the day, so you want her dupes so you can get extra stats for her to hit harder, because she does pretty good damage overall as well. So yeah, I would say if you can right now, I would highly recommend, if you want to continue summoning, then continue summoning on Noir's banner. If you haven't summoned, you're asking yourself, should you summon before this goes? Because again, even though this does get added to the wishes, you have a higher chance of getting them. Heck, you can guarantee get them right now through the mileage shop ticket as well if you have 200 golden tickets. So I would say it's highly worth it for these characters. Even though you can get them anytime through the wishes, it's never guaranteed on the wishes at the end of the day, right? Literally, if that was the case, I would have had a Yan and stuff like that. It's been 6 months. right? And I still don't have Yan. So it could be even longer for you guys, or it could be early. I'm not saying it's guaranteed gonna take long. I'm not saying it's guaranteed gonna be early, but wishes is not guaranteed. Where here you have access to them guaranteed, or a higher chance of pulling them on these banners than you have on the wishes. So definitely let me know if you guys are gonna continue summoning. Like I said, dupes, go for Noir if you want dupes. No dupes for Blanc, you just need her skills. But if you are going for Blanc, I would highly recommend going for Noir. I highly recommend it. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know how you guys feel about these two characters, why you guys summon, if you guys summon because you found that they were very good together and stuff like that, if you said you were going to summon and all that stuff. But it's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Later. Peace.